Hey there. Good morning. Good morning. So it's been a week or so. Been a hectic week or so. I was watching the sunrise come up this morning here over Brooklyn. It's the Brooklyn Bridge, and been just kind of hanging out here this morning for a while, watching these guys fish, which was pretty entertaining. They've actually got milk crates on the back of their bicycles, and as they're catching fish, pretty successfully, I might add, they're adding those fish to the cartons on the back of their bicycles. It's always such an interesting and diverse place. I've been to New York City now a couple times. Had that opportunity. Super grateful for. But it's funny. So I put in there from a title perspective, care and perception, and there's been two things, right? There's been two things that I've recognized, and now with the second trip, it was confirmed last night. First, obviously been here several days, so I've eaten several times, right, and gotten coffee several times. But last night it was confirmed. There's two places. I had dinner, and then I've had coffee a couple times, right? And the level of care. So perception being that New York City is just always so busy, and people just run around all the time, and it's always so fast paced. And some of that's true, right? Like especially down here in the financial district, it's once the sun comes up, people get going. It really it gets busy. However, there are an immense amount of people here who take great care and pride in the services that they provide. I watched every single dinner that went out last night be hand assembled with tweezers, right? Where it was literally small works of art. Every single dish that went out of the kitchen last night. And I just stood back in a corner and just watched for quite some time, because that just amazes me. And I went up and I talked to the sous chef afterwards, or as I was leaving, and I was just inquisitive as to why that level of detail. And his response was, "What was your experience?" Right? What was your experience? And he had a really deep story about how food had impacted his life, and how food tends to bring people together, and there's a level of care that goes into that. I had the same conversation with a guy here, really short, be it. I'd love to come back and interview these folks, but really short, be it. But where he hand selects coffee beans, hand grinds the coffee beans, and we're talking about a really small hole in the wall, like on your way to catch a subway kind of place, not no 5-star, James Beard, I think there was a Michelin award on the wall last night, but nonetheless, they are ordinary people taking exceptional care in the work that they do, which, I think you could even argue is ordinary work, right? Doing common things uncommonly well. And I really got to thinking about, like, my grandfather once mentioned, even if you're a ditch digger, right? Aspire to be the best damn ditch digger out there, right? And that there's a level of care and protection that goes into the work that they do and the service that they provide. And we all get that opportunity. Each one of us get that opportunity. Now, we can be pissed off and upset about where we are and what's going on and this person and that person. But at the end of the day, we all have a decision and a choice to make. We get the opportunity. We don't have to do it, right? We don't have to do work at that level of care. But then when we think about our desires, our actions have to align with our desires. There has to be a distinction in the work that we do and how we do that work, right? The problems that we're solving and how we go about solving those problems. And so, two things. One, I think it's really easy to, and we know this, right? Psychologically, it's really easy to have a ton of bias and to create perceptions about and group things together, because that's easy. That can keep us in that system one mindset of just being able to react quickly and continue to move forward. And in doing so, when we create those perceptions and those biases unconsciously, right, it robs us of the gift of seeing how unique things can be, right? And then secondly, recognizing that the level of care that goes into something, and I'm not even mentioning high detail, like that was an example, but there's artistry everywhere. There's artistry in each of us, and it's about exposing that in our unique ways and solving problems in our unique ways, giving that level of care and attention that only you can do to the world, right? And people will appreciate it. People will value it. And that's a journey in and of itself, right? So super grateful for you guys this morning. Sorry, I've got these, I hate these things, these auto tinting glasses. So if I fall into the end of the pier here, you know where to find me. But super grateful to just be able to share the sunrise here with you, share just a few moments with you here this morning. I hope that this is Thursday. I hope that you've had a good week. Irregardless, you can make today better, right? So thanks for spending a few minutes with me here this morning. Love you guys, and you guys take care.